Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and also Happy New Year, seeing as it's 2025. I was not that great at uploading towards the end of the year, but I'm back this year, going to be more on it. Been doing some scripting, got quite a few great video topics to discuss, and for today's video, the first upload of the year, I thought, why not discuss a Tamil festival a lot of you may not have heard of, unless you have heard of it, possibly because you're Tamil or know people that celebrate it. But this celebration is called Thai Pongal. And the main reason why I wanted to talk about Thai Pongal is because it's fast approaching. It's celebrated in January. And there have been quite a few celebrations towards the end of 2024, like Diwali and Navaratri. But I feel like Thai Pongal is one of them that we don't tend to talk about that much. When you think of South Asian festivals, you're probably thinking of a lot of the Hindu festivals that are quite bright, colourful, lots of light, like Diwali and Navaratri. Now, as you probably already know, South Asia is very diverse, like very, very diverse. And because of this, there are so many different cultures and belief systems within this one subcontinent. So Thai Pongal is one of these festivals that's celebrated by Tamils. It's especially celebrated in Tamil Nadu in India, and also in Sri Lanka. I'll have to admit, we don't really celebrate it properly here. Well, my family doesn't, just because it's a lot harder to do some of the cultural practices, especially when it's January and it's really cold, and the wind and the rain was making it very, very difficult for us to do the rituals properly. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. I would really like to properly celebrate Thai Pongal and just maybe find our little workarounds to make it a bit easier to celebrate here in cold and rainy UK. So this is actually our harvest festival that falls within mid-January, and it marks the beginning of the month, which is known as Thai within the Tamil calendar. And so if you're not aware, there is a different calendar followed by Tamils and Hindus in general, and it's a solar lunar calendar. So it's different to the calendar that we use in the West, known as a Gregorian calendar, which is based on the sun's cycle. So this harvest festival is dedicated to Surya, the sun god. So we celebrate to express gratitude to Surya for the harvest and crops for that year. So that explains the Thai part of Thai Pongal. Where does Pongal come from? So the Pongal part comes from a dish that is made during this festival. Pongal means boiling over or overflowing. So it symbolizes people overflowing with gratitude, prosperity, and happiness during this time of the month. The dish is made from newly harvested rice, milk, and jaggery, which is like a sweet palm sugar. It's usually cooked in a clay pot outside, and it's allowed to overflow in order to show prosperity, and it's also a sign of good luck. Thai Pongal is not a one-day event. It's actually a multiple day event, with each day symbolizing one aspect of the harvest festival that we're showing gratitude for. And so these 4 days are Bogi Pongal, Surya Pongal, Mattu Pongal, and Kanam Pongal. Bogi Pongal is the first day of Thai Pongal, and this is when people clean and discard their old belongings in order to signify a fresh start. So new clothes are worn, and the house is usually decorated during this day in the spirit of festivities. Day 2 is known as Surya Pongal, and this is the main day of Pongal where the sun god is honoured. So colourful decorative floor patterns called kolam are drawn at the entrance of the home, and each household will cook a pot of fresh rice with milk at auspicious timings. Usually the kolam will define the sacred area where the pongal is prepared, and within the perimeter of the kolam, firewood is used to cook the rice, with the pongal set up directly in view of the sun. As the milk boils over the pot, family members will shout, part of the pongal will be offered to the sun god, and the rest will be eaten by the family. The third day is known as Mattu Pongal, and Mattu means cattle. So this day is devoted to honour and worship the cattle who had helped tend to the land. And cows are bathed and adorned with colourful beads, flower garlands and bells. And the last day is called Kanam Pongal. The importance is given to the community, and it's there to strengthen the community ties. So families will gather together and have a meal, and the younger family members will seek blessings from the older members of the family. It's also a day for traditional folk dances such as Mayalattam and Kolattam. And so, yeah, that was my very quick lesson summary on Thai Pongal, why we celebrate it, how we celebrate it, and what it is. So if you do ever see people celebrating, assuming that you live in an area where people would be celebrating, then now you know what it is. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.